Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for 11 Little Roosters.
Yes.
Of course. Episode 5.
Right.
Rogue Nation.
Yes.
There was a Tom Cruise movie or James Bond movie that came out recently that had Rogue Nation as the title. So maybe that's what the reference is for.
When Caleb first told me that it was Rogue Nation, though, I did think it was actually going to be Rouge Nation.
Missed opportunity, right,
Yeah,
Jacob?
because, they said it's going to involve Sex Von Shackle.
Yeah, there's some shenanigans going on with the Germans based on Ryan's message last episode.
Yeah, so we'll have to see what that's about.
Mm-hmm. Any theories as to if the Germans are going to kill someone or if they're going to get killed by someone?
I think they're going to end up killing somebody because, for one, they'll want to be able to milk their comedic value for as much as they can. But also, it's unlikely in my mind that they would tell you in the previous episode exactly specifically who's going to be dying. That just seems,
Okay.
They could just to have the psych value, but I don't think they're going to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, some good theories, but let's get right into it. Yeah. I love these guys. Milking the comedic value, right?
Yeah.
Coco, now what have you done? I don't know what you mean. Oh. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
I love that I can still recognize that as being interior parts of Rooster Teeth headquarters.
How could you do
Oh,
this?
sure.
Building.
We were destined to be the most prolific German organization the world has ever seen. Oh my God!
You went to do a
You're the
Sakyle
sabotage
thing.
Yeah.
rooster, aren't
my
you?
gosh.
Look, just because I have a problem with you doesn't mean I'm trying to kill everyone, Wilhelm.
Maybe we should try therapy, yeah? It worked for me. You know, this job is very stressful. You're always on the road, you're away from your family, we're killing lots of people.
I don't need counseling. I need someone who can listen to my problems, not someone who gets all shouty and tells me when to jump. That's not your line. Just like when you try to do my choreography, but you don't even take time to learn it. Look, I put up with a lot with this band through the years, but now Coco says no. Ein quit.
And quit!
Yeah.
Hey, jetzt ist es Zeit für den Geheimcode. 2, dann kleiner F, dann die 9.
Ja, und was ist mit dem großen Code?
Ja, sind der kleine und ein kleiner S. Ich finde schon. Oh, und der Liste
Wie geht-
ist ein großen...
I can still hear you. They speak German.
Told you didn't have to come.
Canadians stick together. Plus, tonight's episode of Luge Wars Polar Bears vs. Grizzlies was a rerun, so what the fuck else am I supposed to do, eh?
Literally anything else.
I don't want any Girl Scout cookies. Wait a minute. Early morning moose knuckle.
It's
Oh
most
my
certainly the Germans, sir. It could just be one of them, but we need to find all of
Early
them.
morning moose
However, they've
knuckle.
just canceled all their tour dates after their New York show.
Two things. First of all, of course they canceled their tour dates. They broke up. It's all over MTV. Live in the fucking now. Secondly, you can't call the Germans bad guys. That's stereotyping. And I won't stand for it. Now, ladies like some maple syrup or something else?
We're
Oh
full
my
on, sir.
God.
What should we do, Chief? You want me to gut the Germans as an example? Because I'll fucking do it.
Not necessary. You see, Annersby created a system for just such an event. It's called the Rooster Wire, although I refer to it as the cock line. It can compress data into an image that can be read by a small child or even a stupid person. It's the perfect way to send a customized message. By fax. Annersby really isn't very good at his job, is he?
Gee, that's great, sir. But what about the Germans? I'm ready to gut.
Just try their office in Berlin. See if you can go find some clues to their whereabouts. While I work on my cock line. Germans are the killer moles.
I've got it in my sights. There's still plenty of wine left in this bottle.
Nah, salute.
Thanks for letting me stay here. I just needed to get away.
You're welcome in my home anytime. It's like, we're just a couple of young guys hanging out, you know? Shooting the breeze. Talking about chicks and You know, the Star Wars.
What is it?
It's a transmission on the rooster wire. Huh. Wilhelm, we need to have a conversation. How come you didn't tell me? The German headquarters have a rodent problem, huh? That you need an exterminator? I know a guy. Could have helped you. You could have come to me as a friend.
I think the Germans have a calcium deficiency in their bones and need to drink more mole's milk. I don't know. Seems pretty durable to me.
Such a waste of paper. I told him we're taking message exclusively by Vine now.
Yeah, see, I like the paper. Paper's fun because you get paper cuts. I like paper cuts.
You can just leave now.
Okay, fine, I'll go.
Well, and also we took... Did he just nick my teapot?
Okay, so you're going to want to order your spandex from Kegelheimer's, yeah? Yeah, okay. It gives you more stretch over the buns. It gives you a little bit of a pop.
Oh, I like that. Looks like they want the Germans to check their moles that could be cancerous.
Melanoma is a legitimate concern.
The Germans are sending poison marsupials into our gardens. That must mean they're the bad guys.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me in your home to let me unwind.
Yeah, no worries. It gets lonelier than a roo's pocket out here in the outback.
I'm just
Crikey! You're gonna hit the Xbox!
Jeff, did you just let a potential assassin murderer into our house and let him get away?
No. Maybe.
I'll take care of it, as usual.
Care of the Xbox.
So far, there's nothing but beer signs and leather, eh? No addresses.
Wait a second. Here's something. Some type of medical history. Seems someone went through extensive hypnotherapy to help with the rigors of the tour. And after a forward command, would become extremely relaxed and ready to execute any programmed orders.
Programmed to take orders? Like a sleeper agent?
Oh, shoot, you're right! The Germans aren't the bad guys. They've just been brainwashed. Well, as long as Wilhelm doesn't hear these 4 random words before we find him, everything should be fine. Starting with chalice.
Hey, Wilhelm, you're looking a little low. Why don't you take a drink out of my
chalice?
And then clock.
Oh, the hors d'oeuvres are ready. Good thing I have this
clock.
Hippo.
Look at this. I almost tripped on this.
Hippo.
And finally, wiener.
The food's ready. Yeah. Why don't you try a sausage?
Oh, danke.
Yeah, they're good.
They're wunderbar.
Hey, did I ever tell you that my favorite breed of dog is a
wiener?
This man is ridiculous. Oh, Coco, why did you come us all the way here to Israel?
All the way to Australia. Yeah, all the way from Australia.
Bad guys. Again. We have to regroup with Wilhelm before we go to the...
Wilhelm saw that coming.
Wilhelm, stop! Look, I know you are angry about the band breaking up, but this is not the way to handle it.
Someone is trying to kill us, and we need to stick together.
Why you disrespect me?
I guess what I'm trying to say is that you were right.
Oh, no. You were right. I understand now. What it feels like to not have any control. To have someone decide what you want and not even care about your needs. Or listen.
Why'd you do this?
I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm ready to listen. I'm so sorry, Coco. I was overbearing for even German standards.
Does this mean...
For even German standards.
Are back together? Yeah, I think it does. Hands in, boys.
Eins, zwei, drei, reunion tour!
They just leave him there.
Darn it, I'm too late.
Mission report, Moose.
sir. Bernardo's dead.
Spitting in his
We're
chin.
dropping like poisoned beavers out here.
Damn it! No more games, Moose. I'd hoped this would sort itself. I wanted to stay out, teetering on the tip. But the big cock can't do just the tip. He's got to be all in.
This freaking show. Oh my gosh.
So that may have been my favorite episode so far. That was really good.
It's good, yeah. And it's funny, is this one's really good, and we haven't even watched my favorite episode yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was great.
The Germans are just classic, just ridiculous characters, and they're all Funhouse, which is a section of people connected to Rooster Teeth.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just so good.
Why did you do this?
I mean, there were some really funny jokes in there, but like the Wilhelm scream.
The would you like one of these sausages?
Sausages, yeah.
He's like, oh.
It's the classic little switch right there.
Yep.
And I mean, it's a little bit bad taste, but they totally did a Seagal joke as he went to do the Nazi salute.
No, but see, the thing is, so many of their jokes in this show are all in bad taste.
Right.
So
it all works.
Yeah, like
I loved everyone's interpretation of the emoji facts.
Yes.
Because all of them sort of make sense, and then there's Gavin's, which is so stupid.
Yeah.
Just apparently they have a calcium deficiency in their bones, so they need to drink more mole's milk.
Yeah. That was awesome.
And then Christoph Weiss was like apparently also there for the threesome or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, I like paper cuts. Yeah." It's like, you can just leave now. And the German guy's like, "Oh yes, go away."
Yeah. He's totally the killer as far as I'm concerned.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Not the Americans.
No, because the Americans are getting too much actual development. Like, oh my gosh, I loved that part where I forget the dude's name, but he's talking with one of the Sex Von Shackle guys.
Right, Blaine, yeah.
Yeah, Blaine is talking with him, and he's all like, but if you do this with the leather, it might, like, accentuate the curves better, or something like that.
Give you more pop.
Yeah.
He's like, "Ooh, yeah, I want that pop."
Like, that was fantastic.
Yeah. The Australian part was probably one of my favorites, was that the Germans have been letting poisonous marsupials into their garden, which means they're the bad guys.
Yeah.
They took it as to why they would send that instead of just letting the information be there. They're like, which means... And she comes out to shoot them. And Jeff's like, "Oh, crikey, not the Xbox!"
Yeah. For a second there, I actually thought that she was just gonna shoot him, just gonna come out and shoot him in the face. Like,
oh really?
Yeah. Like,
I think they make a point of saying that
the whole team has to die.
The whole team will,
right.
Yeah.
But man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, I liked. Bernie, we're just a couple of young guys shooting the breeze. Just trying to be the new hip assassin.
Right, exactly. Because he's totally
it
not
just works
young.
so well.
Yeah.
And then him say, we talk about whatever young guys talk about, like girls or Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's that time of day, that time of the century again, when we have Star Wars back again. So young guys are talking about that. Overall, it was pretty good. So you think that Christoph Weiss is the killer?
Yeah,
definitely. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you have any second picks?
The Americans, but the thing is, I don't think so, because the problem is that we've gotten to see each of the characters basically be a motive of some kind, show some of their personality, except for Christoph Weiss. Because even the Americans, Blaine has his insecurities about not being sexualized enough. Which is amazing, by the way.
Are you instinctively leaving off groups because you think it has to be someone, like some individual person?
Well, not instinctively, but it's whenever they show an episode from someone's perspective, like where it's about them, right? That usually means that, like, you can usually take that to mean that they're not the killer.
Okay.
you know, like that happens in books a lot, right? Like in tangent, but in the Game of Thrones books, there was even a point where they specifically did a single chapter from the perspective of the Red Woman, just like to like alleviate that concern of like, is she some like super dark evil person?
Gotcha.
But, so Sex Von Shackle, no, they're not the killers. I don't think the Americans are, just because they've been having that comedy side shown and sort of that insecurities and talking to the other people that do the killing. But Christoph Weiss, he has been really doing nothing. Like, and of course it's not Gavin. Gavin's too stupid to be the killer, and there are too many jokes with his character for them to have him be the killer. Whereas they haven't been doing anything with Christoph Weiss at all.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, there's some good theories. I'm not going to say yes or no to any of them. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the upcoming episodes then.
Yeah, and I'm excited for that episode that you said was your favorite, if it wasn't this one.
Yeah, it's still hasn't happened yet. I bet you in the comments probably know which episode I'm thinking about. It kind of stands out. It's very different.
Okay.
All right. Well, this has been fun, guys. But until next time, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.